Alrighty kids, welcome to Paladins. Today let us learn everything you need to know about items and the shop you buy them from. After this lesson is over, you should have an understanding of which items to get and how to get them as quickly as possible. To begin, we'll start with the basics. Items by Paladins' definition are upgrades used to enhance specific attributes of your champion. They are separated by category for convenience: defense, utility, healing, and offense. When a match starts, the player is given credits, just doohickey, in order to purchase these items. 400 credits if you're playing Siege, 1000 credits if you're playing Payload. Basically, it's your allowance money from Papa High-Res, so make sure to use it wisely. In many ways, the first items you buy with these credits can determine whether or not you will win the match or lose it. Not only that, once you buy an item, there is no way to refund it, which makes that first item purchase all the more important. Purchases that I would recommend as your first would be Master Riding, or Haven if you're playing a frontliner, Chronos if you're playing a support, Categorizer or Wrecker if you're damage, and Life Rip if you're flank. Of course, these are just recommendations as what you meet in game will be different every time, but this is good to know if you're stuck on what to purchase. After that, well, it's basically just playing the game until you die, which upon that event occurring, you should have enough credits to purchase yourself another item or perhaps even upgrade your first purchase, enhancing your champion even more. There's a couple things to note in order to help you make your pockets bulge before you meet your end, however, as there are many ways to earn credits in Paladins, some methods being more beneficial than others. First of all, everyone will over time passively earn credits, usually at the rate of around 1 credit per second. That said, different actions will result in more credits depending on what that action is. For example, dealing and healing 1000 damage will net you 20 credits. Taking or blocking 1500 damage will net you 20 credits. Staying on an objective, not the payload mind you, will net you 4 credits per second, and capturing the objective will net you 300 credits. And last but not least, killing an enemy will net you 40 credits plus 10 for every kill that they had before they died by your hands. So if an enemy has a kill streak of 3, that is 40 credits plus 30 credits. Which means if you're on a kill streak, sometimes it's better to off yourself so the enemy doesn't gain a bunch of cash. It's better in my opinion than, running away like a sissy only to get shot in the back and still inevitably resulting in the enemy getting a bunch of money. The champions you are playing also play a part in how much credits you earn. Frontline champions gain 100% more credits for standing near an objective, support champions gain 100% more credits for healing allies, flank champions gain 100% more credits for elimination on enemies when they are behind the enemy lines, and damage champions gain 100% more credits for dealing damage to enemy champions. So while this might seem ironic coming from the guy who make guides about champions being played out of their typical role, if you really want to be earning the most, then you should be playing your champion as intended. Of course, I'm not going to stop you if you want to break the rules. I'm just a substitute teacher, alright? I'm not getting paid enough for this to begin with. With all that said, now it's time for your next purchase. So, what should you get? Well, it depends. Usually at this point, my personal preference is to buy an item depending on my role, how well I'm doing, and what the enemy has. A basic situation would be something like this. If I got a good healer on my team, I could grab Rejuvenate, which increased my healing from other players. But wait a minute, if the enemy has Categorize, which lowers my healing, it probably wouldn't work as well. I would get my ass kicked if I depend on healing too much, and in that case I would skip the healing category and move on to an offense or defense item first. I can't tell you exactly what items to get at this point, as this is where you will have to be flexible, but I can tell you what items to avoid. First of all, no matter the situation, never ever get aggression. Just don't. This item is awful in comparison to any other items you may buy. It is placed at pure garbage rank, so don't touch this shit with a 10-foot pole. After that would be Illuminate, Nimble, Veteran, and Bulldozer, which has their uses but are usually overshadowed by the other items. From there, everything else is pretty much fair game, to be honest. Pick your items based on the situation and what you are using for your loadout, as well as what the enemy has, and you should be fine for most of the games that you play. Of course, skill does play as a factor here, however, items should not be underestimated, especially considering their effectiveness. And that's pretty much about it for everything you need to know when it comes to items. It's not complicated, but then again, nothing really is once you break it down. To wrap up this lesson in a short summary, basically when it comes to item, buy based on what will help the most against the enemy. Play your role in order to earn the most credits in the least amount of time. And last but definitely not least, make sure to avoid aggression like the fucking plague. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, and as always, remember to have fun with everything you do. Bye!